Yes, ma'am. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all the thing I say.
Yeah, but I'm not get to show it to her yet. She's in a class.
Hmm?
She's in a class. I don't get to show it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I soon show it. Soon get to.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Mm. All right. Lick a bit more from this. My ab. Maybe
Not
something.
the leg on it.
Yeah.
Here's a
Cool. Hold on. Check on her. Um, Terry. Terry? Terry come here, little. Yes, come here. Look here, look here. The FG number.
Huh?
She sent something for show me. What my already thing that on the phone. When we finish, she just called me up and said the seat here. Oh, a wonderful, wonderful day. Day I will never forget. Mhm. And wonder the way Jesus, my Savior, I met. Mhm. Compassion and pride. Da-da-dee-da-da-da. Mhm. 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 Heaven came down and glory filled my soul. My night was turned to day, and my sins were washed away. Heaven came down and glory filled my soul. So there I can get yours. For my night was turned, mhm, and my sins were washed away. For heaven came down and glory filled my soul. My night, mhm, and my sins were washed away. In glory, all my night was turned to day. heaven, it's heaven, heaven. See this next. I already select audience. Not uploading a video. Live. Love. Oh, there's something I didn't do. Oh my goodness. Well, it's good night, good night, good night. It is a pleasant and a wonderful time, a night, a day that we cannot receive again. Let us be thankful for the day. Be thankful to God for. Life. Good night. Good night to you all. Every person that is in the hearing of my voice. I just want to give you here with me. I give you my welcome for those that are near and far, wherever in the country that you are. that you are in. Accept my welcome. All of those that have subscribed to this channel, everyone that have subscribed to this channel, I just want to thank you. I welcome you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm not doing this. I'm just doing this. Okay. For those that are coming from work, for those that are going to work, I shout you out. I welcome you. Those that are still, you know, in some way, shape, or form, just cannot find your footing on a firm ground. I welcome you to be here tonight. It is a it is a hard road to travel, and it is a mighty long way to go. But because you trust in God and in the power of His might, you can yourself, I can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth you. And because of that, you can rest assured your journey will be easier and light will shine through. I am glad that you have joined me tonight and we can really reason together. We can reason together about the topic that you have seen. Tonight, many persons are mourning the loss of their loved ones. It's not an easy thing. There's nothing cute about it. that we have to the mourn the loss of our loved ones, loss of our children. But if God in the vessel, He'll smile at the storm. He'll give you the journey on the strength to go on. For those that mourn, for those that mourn, He said, "Blessed are those that mourn, for you shall be comforted." You mourn because of many reasons. Not because sometimes you have lost somebody to the hands of death, but mourn for different reasons. Mourn for many different reasons. But tonight I will encourage you. Lift your faith. Lift your faith. For those that have subscribed to my channel, Positivity Positive, your host Aquarian, who will be taking you on a little ride tonight. As I said before, I thank you. I thank you for those that listen, for those that subscribe, for those that like it. There is a word in everything that I do that you can you can say, well then, yes, this is it. Okay? Let us be thankful and rejoice in the day that the Lord has given. Many persons have their loved one, their friend that is willing. They're on their sick bed. And you have to be the one that is looking after them. Do it with all that is within you. Do it with love. Do it with understanding. I'm just writing something very quickly here. So I'm talking to you. Oh God. Yes. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to multitask here. Okay. Where is We're fighting the old damn thing and it is still giving me a problem. Oh, my hurts. Tonight, I'll continue on the care of the elderly. It's not an easy job. It's so easy, it haven't been ever easy. At no given time, it is easy. But here, just do this thing that just keep going from one end to the other and understand what is happening here. Okay, I think this want to give me trouble tonight, so forget it. Yes, the care of the elderly. You may be, and actually, specifically speaking about those that keep their elderly and their loved ones at home to care for them. It's not one of the easiest job, but is one that have to be done, and it have to be done by someone. It's never, not every person can put up with it. Not every person do understand the magnitude of that, of such. But in all, if you have to do it with love. Do it. No. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hello. Good night.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
It's our. Hold on, mommy, I talk to you. Hold on.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. It's not hard.
Mm.
You might go for enough of search. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not saying it is impossible, but why you gonna do, it's like we have a contact with the work. So what I did is to take his number,
Yeah.
and so you can call him and talk to him, yeah?
Yes.
And while they're on a meeting, see if you find the bird one because then that same of the number that you search at Big Bang Park, and that's how we then do in the two. Them long search this, so we kind of stop before we go to it.
Okay.
The number is
Hold on a little bit. Let me reach for my pen. Okay. I'm ready.
1876
Mm-hmm.
776
Mm-hmm.
9165.
776 9165.
Yeah,
And his name?
God, Mr. God,
What got what?
the police, I know we're wrong. You can ask him.
What the next name to
But
it? What's the next name to it?
I mean, in first name,
Hmm.
but me don't know. But it's a famous one.
All right
There's
then.
some famous Aquarian personality. Except one policeman is every parish has one
Mm-hmm.
to do this type of work, right?
Okay. Okay.
And even to present them also. So
All right. Okay. Thank you. Is there a special time to call?
any time of day,
As
some
long
of it like now,
it,
like
it, ca-
any time of the
it can
night.
call now.
Mm-hmm.
Will he receive a
Anytime.
will he receive a call now?
No, me not think so.
Okay.
So like during the day when me at work, you understand?
All right.
We don't say up to about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Me not think so because we never ask him if he has to be at the office
Yeah.
to do yeah. So it's best to call him now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah man.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
You get through.
Well, yes. I hope so.
Alright.
All right. Thanks.
Because he's aware of the case and everything, he know about it. Who knows if they're not related? You can't go into all that.
All of that too.
Give him plenty time, please.
Yes. Uh. All right.
You can talk to him. He can talk to you.
Yes. Okay.
Alright.
All right. Thank you much.
Okay. Let's change.
What an interruption tonight. 20 minutes and I am still not properly started. Okay, for those that are looking and for those that are listening, sorry about this, but there's just some adjustment need to be done. Not even done properly, but that's okay. I'll deal with that later. Yes, topic at hand, care of the elderly. Now there are many persons out there, elderly parent, their elderly aunt, uncle, you name it. Many people actually want to go into that job and think more or less it is easy. It requires dedication. And it also carries with it, if you are not careful, you will stand before the judge. Yeah. So it carries a lot of implication with it. You have to be a trusty person. You have to be a dedicated person. You have to be a person that loves the job you do. If you don't like it, for heaven's sake, don't get into it. Do not get entangled in it. Yeah, because it carries a lot of things. When when the mechanics of the brain changes, there are so many things comes with it. There are so many other things other than what you may be looking for that comes with it. Okay? So so you have grown up with your parent and you have seen other elderly person around in your community, in your circles, in you went to the clinic, you went to hospitals, you went to many places, and you have seen other elderly persons. One day you may have one person to look after. Now you cannot treat this person as if the person that you knew 40 years and 30 years ago. There are changes in the brain, in the body. Worse if they do not exercise. Okay? So you may just have your persons at home. First, you have to start with. There are many different reasons. Some is bedridden, some cannot walk properly, some also can do such walking, but because they feel pain, they refuse to really stand against that pain and move. Some has given up on themselves. Some has given up on life. I can't bother. They do not push to do it. So the onus is left upon the person who have to care for these persons. You have to bring yourself, your mind, your whole mindset in a frame to take on this. Likewise, if you go to the home or the hospital to work, the hospital is not even as bad because you keep them for a while and they are discharged and they went home. But into a nursing home, it's actually their permanent resident there. So that is even much stiffer and much different. Now, this is the person you have to first take into consideration their safety. It could be, and we speak a little about the Alzheimer the other day. Um, you have to first look out for their safety. Safety is a paramount. Now, for instance, the bathroom, you have to have grab bars in there. You have to use a non-skid rug. So you have to make changes. You can't use the things you used to use. You used to just put a rug at the bed front or put a rug somewhere, and that will cause problem. So you have to have a non-skid rug. You have to have also in the bath on the bathroom floor. The mat that is on the bathroom floor should be a non-skid mat. Grab bars. Grab bars at the intervals, like over the bath, to the doorway, to the bowl. And these grab bars does help the person to move on. So these you have to take into consideration that you're going to be changing up. You're going to put in things to accommodate this person. Person maybe was hospitalized and came out of the hospital and trying to move around, and you have to help them to move around, help them to get wellness, help them to come back to an optimum part of their life, right? So when you do all of this, you have to also look on the type of clothing that they wear. The real regular clothes, yeah, thinking of they're going to the doctor, you have to put on something that is easily get off and get in. So you have to look at their clothing. You have to look at their meal. What are you going to give to them? Depending on what is the condition, right? You have to have a proper, healthy meal to feed them with. What if the person is bedridden? What if the person actually cannot give themselves a shower or a bath? You are the person responsible for that. And you're going to look at it and say, oh my God, uh, you can manage as long as you allow yourself to manage. If this person is in bed, is a bedridden person, now you have to clean them from head to toe. If they can clean themselves, which is in their private area, so you give them their rug and they take care of that part while you do the other part. No. If you're going to wash the person here in bed, how would you do it? For the person maybe listening to me who also went to training school, do these things, they will know. And it's so tricky, and there are things you can do at home. So if you're going to wash the person here in bed, make sure the bed is not a low bed that will put the strain on your back. So your bed must be up to your thigh. So you're able to bend, able to help that person in bed to do what they're doing. Tips. If you have to wash the person hair, the person is in bed, you're going to get that person to turn to the foot of the bed. In this case, you may need a second person with you. In this case, you may need a second person with you. Let me speak up a little bit more. I'm not one of the loudspeaker persons, so bear with me. You may need a second person with you to do this. So you get a person turn with their body to the foot of the bed. Now you're going to get with a plastic, a bucket, your towel, which is more than one, and your water. Warm enough not to burn the person, but warm enough to get their hair done. You are going to put a bucket and you're going to use a plastic, stiff enough plastic, making a gutter. So, I didn't carry my thing. You're going to make a gutter like this at the back of the head. So you're having the plastic around the person and neck and a towel wrapped around them as well. So you're going to form the plastic in the bucket. And you form it that it goes down in the bucket, that the water that is going to be going from that person ear is going to go straight in the bucket without any spilling. So you have your big bath towel. You put the you put the plastic around and you cover off the shoulder. So therefore, you make this gutter. Caring, the head hangs off the bed, not far off, because you're going to have actually a cushion under the neck. So it's going to be halfway, not hanging way down, if you understand me, which I know you do. So you are going to lather that person here. You're going to give it a good wash. You're going to be pouring the water, guiding the water into that channel that you are made to go in the bucket. And there you get the hair wash. Dry properly. And you can get the person back to their normal, their previous position. You can catch them up. You can prompt them up so you can get to comb the hair. So they don't have to be at home, and because they are in bed, their hair cannot be washed. Every part of their body can be cleansed. So you clean the hair. Whenever you know they sweat or so, in bed you get them to do their exercise. Okay? They get to do their exercise in your simple way. If the person is confined to bed, here is the next tip. Hello? Hello? You're hearing me? I'm fine, thanks.
Oh God, I can't be that little legs. I want to be that little bit, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to be that.
Okay, I'm just on the live now. I don't know if you're hearing. Yes, I am on the live.
Okay.
I want you to listen and tell me if you're hearing. I'm not having so much problem, but I don't know what's up right now. Okay? Just listen and then you tell me. All right. Yes. Normal programming again. So the hair of the person can be washed. Another tip, if the person is confined to bed, whether they are confined, yes or no, there are things you do to prevent the bruising of their skin. When you're making the bed, do not pull the sheet under them. It will rip their skin, and the result won't be nice. When you show, when you give your person a bath, your pressure point, your pressure areas, you can use rubbing alcohol. I don't know if Bayram is still in, but rubbing alcohol and sap the pressure areas. The pressure areas, head back, the back within the coccyx area can be their heel back, at their heel, can be their elbow. You have to look out for the redness on those areas. So therefore, when you give them a shower, why you use it, it hardens the skin. So when you shower your persons them, you use the alcohol and you apply it to the skin. Not rubbing it, just suck it. Okay? If you have to use, you have to use a truck. So for instance, they are incontinent. You're going to be protecting the bed. You're going to be using Pampers. Do not let them go in one Pampers all day or all night. It should be changed. Vaseline the person's rump is a no-no because the Pampers is hot, the Vaseline will melt on their body. So it's best to cool them down. You are preventing anything near bed sore, bed ulcer. So that is what you're preventing, you're fighting against. To turn the person, you can have the truck under them and you can also use it to turn them. So you hold one end and you turn them. What if it's somebody that you had to be putting on their side? You use your pillow and you put that pillow between the bony part of your knee, so between the leg, to cushion that the skin do not rub. You will have problem. You need to speak to the person you are giving care to. Whatever you're going to do for them, say to them. You're going to give them a shower. If you can get them into the shower, let them know you're going to give them a shower at about 1 o'clock. Prepare them for it. Ask them, what would you like to put on? Would you like this color? What? Let them do their choosing. You alone don't just get up and say, okay, this is good enough. Put it on. No. You will be taking from them all your independency. So you are going to allow them to have a sense of independence because they're used to that. So if it's underwear, you ask them what color underwear. You show it to them. Let them choose. This is where I said you have to have patience to do this. These jobs call for patience. So you let them choose. Even combing the hair, you'll ask, what style you want me to put it in? Would you like your ear to plait? Would you like your ear to just comb back and clip? Give the mirror to them. Let them have the mirror to look in and to see, oh yes, this look good. Oh yeah, okay. And you develop a rapport with the person you are caring for. Make them be your speaking partner. Give them a little joke. Ask them what they like. You don't just get up and you shove things on them. Ask them what they like. Although it may be your mom or your dad or whoever you know them, still ask them their opinion. Would you like soup for dinner? No. Although you may say, well, then it's good for you. They don't feel for that. And if it's something that they are not to have, you need to explain to them. When you took them to the doctor, you need to question the doctor. Don't just the doctor say what and you walk out and somewhere. You don't know. Never leave your doctor with don't know. Leave your doctor properly informed. So you're going to ask the questions. You're going to be observant of the person you're looking after. You have to be observant. There's a thing named vital signs. If you have to do these, you do them, which is their pressure, their rest, and their pulse. So when you go to the doctor, you can say, well, yesterday the pressure was this, and the pulse were that, and their rest was that. From that, the doctor can draw a conclusion. If the doctor says something to you that you don't understand, be polite enough to ask him to explain because you do not understand the terminology that he has given to you. Walk with your pen or your pencil. Make jottings. That will remind you. If you're employed to work with the person, the same applies. Walk with, don't just depend on your brain to carry it. Walk with your pencil or your pen. Make little jottings to their meal. Sometimes there are persons that they can't do anything at all for themselves. So they surely depend upon their caregiver to do for them. Remember, they will be moving slower than usual. So if this is a person that can be out of bed, you have a time for them that they are out of bed. Do not put them out of bed in their sleeping clothes and leave them there for all the day. Tidy them up, man. Maybe these person were person that took pride in their self. So don't snip that pride away from them. Let them still hold their pride and their privacy. So you're taking them out of bed. Fix them up. If it's person that love lipstick and love makeup, oh, for heaven's sake, give it to them. They felt comfortable that way. Okay? You're going to take them outside. And if somebody's coming to meet them, let them look very smart going to meet their visitor. If you're living in a sunny island or anywhere where the beach sunny anyhow, ensure that you take your people outside Have a breath of fresh air. Let sunlight catch them. Don't give them outdoor. Ask them things that in your days, what used to happen, and so and so. Use some of the present day events and put to them, such as in your days, young people were like this, and you put out and you question them, and they feel free to open up to you. It's like you and them now is on the same platform, reasoning, and they will be telling you. If it's a person that loves church, they will be telling you about what happened when they started church, what used to happen in church, what about your childhood days, what your childhood days looks like, what you used to do, what when you reach teenage, well, and you see, they will laugh. Yes, but I didn't know James. I didn't have my boyfriend, man. But, and she tell you the stories, them. They always have stories to tell. Always. So you have to be friendly with your patient, with the person you are working with, you're looking after. Always ask them, what would you like for your breakfast? What would you like for your lunch? If I give you this, will you be okay? Let them have a say in the kitchen. If, for instance, you're going to be roasting beef, ask them, oh, you used to roast the beef. What do you do? You talk with them. If they're a person that lost their speech, they cannot rap with you, still talk to them. Do not just treat them like they are dumb animals. Oh, Miss Jane, how are you this morning? You talk with them. You run your hand over their head. Are you feeling good this morning? They give you a smile and things like that. So even when they can't correspond with you on your level, still talk to them. You want this to put on, they will nod their head or they will use their hand, but they will show you a sign. Say, no, I don't want that, or this, I don't want this. They will ask for their favorite children. They'll ask for their favorite cup. They will ask for their favorite drink. They will ask for their favorite dress. It is a demanding job, but somebody have to do it. Persons used to, and I think some of them still do, abuse them. Since the phone come in, they will be on their phone and the person is calling out for help. Me soon come. And they're on to what they're doing. Pay no attention to the person. You have to pay attention. You have to be observant more than anything else. When you have to deal with their body, look at their body. You see any little redness on it, do not just brush it off as slight, but took into consideration for it. Okay? Ask the person, are you feeling? Are you having pain? Are you okay? And don't forget, they must have water. Do not feed them on all sweet beverages, and water is left out of their diet. sit and reason with them. For those that can hear, you turn on the TV or the radio and let them listen. You see something on the TV, you discuss it with them. What you think about the football game? Because sometimes some of them love games, right? Which is your favorite side? Then I want to sit there. I want to reason. And we're talking about the care of the elderly. So it doesn't just take in, you give them little food and this is it. No, no. It is deeper than that. You're trying to bring this person, they need an optimum life. So you're going to care for them in that respect. And with that, you do not use loose words to them either. If they were, depending on their character, where they were, if they'll use loose words to you, do not in return give it to them. No. In such, you treat them with love. Love and respect. Though they disrespect you, you do not go and because might cannot beat right. They have the right because they are in a position that somebody have to take up for them, somebody have to look out for them, somebody have to be vindicating for them at all times. So they have the right. If they say they don't want the pen, for heaven's sake, do not force it upon them and say, you have it. No. No. You don't want to do that. It is not right to force against their will. That also came under elderly abuse. What if you are going to take this person to the doctor? Or before I get to there, well, yeah, that can tie up there, so too. You need a thing named gauge belt. And the gauge belt, for those that works into the home or the hospital, well, the home, that is where you use it. They would have known that. But you that stay home and care for your loved one, you can also get a gauge belt. The gauge belt, you put it around their waist as if a belt, not too tight around their waist. And that is where you're going to hold. So they are going to be you're going to be walking side by side with them. So if you're going to put them into sit, you can use that gauge belt to help to turn them around. They take time and turn, and you turn with them. From they can use their hands. When you reach the seat and their foot back touch the seat, ask them to feel for the chair or what they're going to be sitting on. You're going to tell them what they're sitting on, and they feel. What about a person, an unsighted person? They have to depend on their hearing because they cannot see. I went someplace sometimes ago, and the person was taking a blind person with them, sighted person, and they hold the person and leading them like a goat. No, that's not the way. You don't do that. You hold them and you and they walk. You turn the corner, they can turn the corner with you because of all the balance that you hold them. And you will walk with a person that cannot see and person don't even realize because of how they move. They depend on your steps for them to put their foot. What if you're going to put them in the vehicle? And you have to use a wheelchair or a walker. So therefore you get as close as possible to the vehicle, to the car, van, whatever. You let them feel. You ask them to put their hand on the vehicle, the window or so. So your window would be rolled down. And they will feel for that. They see. This is a person now that can see. Put their head through the roll down window and take time and sit on the seat with their hands rest, hold on. When they seated, their foot will be outside. So they're going to take time. If you have to help them to lift the foot, you hold them behind their knee and lift and put in the vehicle. They scooped over and they sit as far back as possible in the vehicle. Same as going in, same as coming out. And you will find it easy. Don't tell them, say, sit down, sit the seat there. So lift up your foot now. And remember, they move much slower. Much slow. Patient with them. So, you'll have your people at home to look after. And in your home, if you get somebody to look after your elderly person, you need to walk them through the steps and ensure they understand. What if the person is on the floor? You have a blanket. You roll the blanket towards the person and get it tucked under them as far as possible. Then you go to the other side and you roll them over and somebody else pull the blanket through. Call two more persons and use that very blanket like a stretcher to lift them and put them on the bed. When they get on the bed, you're going to do what you did before. Roll the blanket towards them. Tuck as far as you possibly can. And you take them and ease them over and pull the blanket out. You don't drag sheet because it will rip their skin. Yes. Many persons who end up getting bed sores, some of it came from sheet. And some of the times people don't feel like they have the patient to do it. So you hurry up and you drag. And your sheet should be wrinkle free for the person, for that ill person to lie on. Let no wrinkles on on it. Wrinkle free. If you have to be doing bed bath, get your towel, get your plastic or your truck, and you tuck on them. Face first, eyes, ears, all the upper part. Dry properly. So you're doing your face or neck. You dry properly. You move on to the arm. And you have between the side and the front done. You cover. You get them on the other side. And you do that. For the person that is not moving, you do their little massage. Yes. So, it's a lot in it to do. It's a lot. But it is nice to know when you can do it. It's always a pleasure. When you do it comfortable and the person who you are looking after can look at you and give you a smile. They feel comfortable. What kind of tea you want? I want my coffee. For heaven's sake, do not give them no hot things to burn up their mouth and burn them up. You're not going to give them cool. We're not going to give them it hot to burn them up. It is joy. When you finish looking after these people, sometimes out of their rude mouth, they make you have to laugh. But it is always joy when you look after them and they can give you a smile and you can look back and know you have done your best. You have made them comfortable. Clean bed to sleep in, clean night clothes. So you don't let them sleep into one night clothes 2 nights. No, no. Remember to clean their crevice. Remember to clean behind their ears. Wiping out their ears, don't send no water down in the eardrum. Yeah. Remember to brush their teeth. So not because they're not moving up and down. Remember to have their mouth hygiene done. So you're doing their mouth hygiene for their foot. When you do their foot, remember to massage the foot bottom. Twiggle the toes. And you will see. For exercise, if the person is in bed and immobile, you can do their exercise in the bed. Reason B is that the muscles that haven't used, it will waste away. So if you have it and you don't use it, you will lose it. So you exercise them in the bed. The hand, the foot. So you let the muscles. For those can sit out of bed, whether in their wheelchair or in their comfy seat, you can get their ball and they put their foot on it and roll the ball. Sitting in their chair, they can lift their knee. This is an exercise. Yeah. You can let them pick apples or whatever fruit you have on a tree. Imagine you're picking it. So they are reaching. Reach. So you don't have them sitting there, not because they cannot run outside and run around the block. No, you let them have their exercise inside. Walk for those that can walk around slowly, and they walk around. Hold to the back of the chair, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. That's the exercise. And you let them do that routinely. Okay? So, you don't let them sit there and waste. For those that can do all puzzle, you get their puzzle book and their pencil. For those that read, you get that. Let them exercise the brains. Let them exercise the brain. This is the care of the elderly. Most people think it's just giving them food and all that, and let their environment be comfortable, good smell. Let their place be clean. Yes, clean, smelling fresh. And their soft shoes or whatever they're wearing. They must have clean clothes at all given time. Their towels, their rug, whatever you use on their body, you allow and you see to it that these things are clean. So you're looking after this person, you are ensuring if somebody had to come and look for them, you know that your place is very sanitized, very clean. Here, open your windows and let air flows in. Open the door, depending on what room in the house they are, and let air flows in. If it's a person that is using a wheelchair, never you push, and the person who went and get their training would have known this, who work into a home would know this. But the person who had never done it, and maybe have somebody at home doing it, apparently do this and always do it wrong. Never you push the wheelchair with the person. If you have to be going down a slope, you push them front way, because it is as if you're pushing them, they're falling out of the chair. Wheel your chair around and get out back ways. Whenever you stop your wheelchair, ensure that the wheel is locked. Can't move. For those elderly person that can use their hand, for instance, they can brush their teeth themselves, they can feed themselves, and the things that they can do, even if they are going to be doing it slow, do not rip from them because you can do it fast and get it done quick. No, that is the reason why it takes patience. It takes patience. I repeat. So they're going to be brushing their teeth, and they're brushing. They're in no haste. They're taking their time. Wait on them. Wash off their toothbrush and then add it to you. You put it away. And for the things, as I say again, that they can do for themselves, you allow them to do it. So there are different grade of elderly persons here that I am talking about. You have some that cannot do for themselves. So it is your dependent for you to do it for them. For those that can do, for instance, you are giving them a bath and you do their back and you do the other places. You gave them the rug to clean up at their private. You don't say, well, then you take too long, man. And you go, no, 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 no. That's a no no. It's definitely a no no. They use their rag and they clean up properly. For the male, sometimes they lost their sense of understanding. There are many male patients that persons are looking after and they carries a odor. Why you think they carries a odor? Because who is looking after them do not roll back their penis and wash under there. That's a part of them as well. So you have to roll back that skin and clean out there. So you see, I'm showing you, caregiving is not just that you talk about caregiving, you're looking after one whole mother, you look after the elderly, da, da, da. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes love, responsibility. Yeah, it takes energy to do it. So that's for the male. You may be I'm talking about the female, they wash themselves. Some of the male can't do it. So you have to take the initiative to roll back that foreskin for those that is not circumcised. So you roll back that foreskin and you clean them. So this is a job within a job. It's not just like that. So you hear a person say, well, oh, I look after the whole and if you don't love it, honestly, don't do it. If you don't love human being, don't do it. If you're not a human person, do not do it. Because you will be only doing it for the money. And then you're going to shortchange the person who you're taking care of. Right? You will be shortchanging those persons. And you don't want to shortchange anybody. You want to give them the proper care and attendance that they does need. Because they reach the point where they can't do it for themselves. So they have to depend on somebody to help them to do it. Right? Yes. And if anybody asks, have any question to ask, you can put it in the comment. Anybody is on the sideline listening and want to have a comment or have a question to ask, feel free to ask me. Right. Feel so free to ask. Put your comment, I will answer you. Okay. So these are some of the things, as you saw me, the care of the elderly. I have been to a few places well, and you will see persons talk to them out of place. Even children, first time children, respect the elderly person. They would be doing something or saying something. And when an elderly person is coming, passing, or whatever, you hear them say, you know, see the big man or the big woman. Shh, not so anymore. All respect went through the window. They say anything come up with their mouth. No respect. I think it's in Cuba. They call the elderly Bewu, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to look for it again. There are people, other countries, they respected their elder. They are the elders and they are respected. Some do not do that. Even in the home that most people work with those elderly persons, they abuse them verbally and physically. Hence, some countries put up cameras in the homes. Yes, because people were getting away with things. So they start cameraing the building to watch what you are doing. Right? Regardless of who they are or what they are within their time, you are not their judge. Leave the judging to somebody else, to the superpower, to the higher power. Leave the judging. You don't look at it and say, oh, you used to so and so, or you used to so and so, or I'm here, because most of these things, me hear say, you have no proof to it. So even if they are a wretched person when they were on their 2 foot, you are not in the position to judge them. Do what you have to do for them. Do it willingly, lovingly, and honestly. Right? I've been in another ups do, yeah. And you're lucky you can stay there. Mm-hmm. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. But some are in it for just the money. It's not something they want to do. Not even their own they have any patience with. They rather to lift their own and throw them into a nursing home and walk away and leave them. Which it should not be so, but it have come down to that. Okay? So we should care for our elderly, love them and respect them. Love them and respect them. Leave the other part to the superpower, which is God. You are not in a position to judge them on any merit. Don't you do it. Love your people. Be there for them. Even the scripture said, feed your enemies. So if you have any, and when you realize you saw them on their bed of affliction, do not you kick a man when his lower lights are burning. So don't wait until the person is sick, you start to repeat, oh, and this happened in a lot of ways. Some husbands were not kind and good to the wife. They abuse them, they do them all kind of things. And the day came when they first get sick and the wife is one of the person who looks after them. Some of the wife, yeah, yes man, you never know so this that gonna happen. So then, and according to them, they catch them where they can handle them the worst. Should not be so. That's not nice. That's not cute. Because you offend somebody out there too. You are not spotless. You are not free from it. So he offend you and offend some. You offend somebody. And when your lower lights are burning, you wouldn't love them to rub it in your face. Sis. We have to be careful what we do on this earth as long as we are living in this earth and on this earth. Because guess what? Person said karma, I said, what is written in that decalogue? What you reap, what you sow, that you shall reap. So there was a sowing days. There was a season of sowing. And it's going to become a season of reaping. So you sow yesterday, you will reap next month. So do not hurt a person when their lower lights are down. Never you kick a man when his lower lights are burning. Have some compassion. Have some feelings for the person. Be compassionate. Okay? It asks, can a man walk on fire and don't get burned? He will. He may not get burned if he know what he's doing. And if he can do it fast enough. Okay. So, thank you very much for listening to me, and for those that haven't heard the live, you can go back and you can watch it. Please share, like, and subscribe. Could you subscribe to my channel and give me some more? Leading up to the end of the year, let me end the year with more subscriber. Please subscribe to my channel. Listen to the live. Listen and listen carefully to the live. And leave your comment or ask your questions if you have any. Treat your elderly with respect, with love, and with compassion. Love them. Even if you are working elsewhere with people who is the elder ones, work there and do your honest best. And I said again, if it's a job you don't like, do not go in there. If you are not a human person, do not try it. You have to deal with urine smell. You have to deal with feces and feces smell. So if you are not for that, do not go in there and shortchange the person that you're working with. You're not a person like that. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Urine feces vomit. Mhm. And you have to wash that body. Feed. Take them out. Maybe go to the doctor with them. For those that can be wheeled out of their house, wheel them out that they get fresh air, so people and talk with people. So if you are not that person, do not fool yourself. Don't get into it. Leave it for the person, because every job that a person do, every job there is somebody who designed to do that job. Some person can speak eloquently, fluently, but they cannot look after a sick person. Fluently, eloquently, I know from the heaven to the next end, but they would not do a good job looking after a child or children. So every job, every work have the person designed for it. And if a person is doing caregiving, do not look down on that person, because guess what? The caregiving that they are doing, it is in all possibility that you will fall for sickness and need somebody to look after you. Yeah. I remember some times ago was just we would say like just a sneezing, and I went to my bed, and 2 o'clock in the morning I was so cold, and I called my neighbor, and when my daughter come, by the time when they came there, I was feeling so weak as a feather. I was I was weak in a way, like as if my hands couldn't even lift up. I was having a fever. I feel it inside. You touch me, can't feel the fever. But I was burning on the inside. And this young lady who was always around me, always encouraging her, always being there like a mother. She always says, "It should be you, my mother." And when she come, she was the one who grabbed my rug and have to do my entire body for me to get in the taxi, in the car. And I went to the hospital. When I reached the hospital, I was pulling a fever over 200. I was burning on the inside. Yet I am somebody who look after the sick too. But the time come when somebody had to look after me, because there was no strength in me to do it. So each time, sometimes I hear people use the job that somebody do to discredit them as if they are nobody. But the time come, even if you go and do a delivery in the hospital, somebody have to be there, somebody look after you. So it could be whoever, the highest of the high and the low of the low. Somebody have to do it for you. So there's always somebody for the type of job. The man that works on the garbage truck, he is there. The one that sweep the street, he is there. The one that we do do the yard, go to cut the edging, mow the lawn, whatever. Yes. And you can't do without him because you can't do it yourself. So let us respect the job that persons do and respect the person who do it. Because some who is up there cannot do the job I do. So respect the persons behind the job and respect the job. Thank you for hearing me. Have you said to yourself, I love you? Hug yourself, love yourself, respect yourself for who you are. The greatest love you can do is to love yourself. When you love yourself and learn to love yourself, then and only then you can love somebody else. You respect yourself, you will respect somebody else, and the respect will come back to you. So hug yourself, love yourself, look yourself in the mirror, and say to yourself, I am I am wonderfully made by God. There's no other design like you. There's not a person designed like you. So love yourself. And in doing so, you love others, respect others as you would love them to do to you. This is Aquarian tuning out from the channel Positivity Positive. Love you all. And I will see you on the next live with a different topic. Okay? Take care of yourself. Pray for your children. There are too many things are happening, and too many children are caught in the web of deception. They are too caught up in the web of deceptions. They are deceived by what they saw and think it is all good. Hello, good night. Hello. Pardon me? No, I am just coming off a live. Stay on the phone, don't move. Let me end this live. Thank you very much for being here with me. We'll just meet again. Pray for your children and be protective of them in every way that you can. Thank you very much. Good night. And you may tell good night.